Hello, welcome back. This is part 3 of our analysis of the incident that occurred in Kuje prison this morning. And we are now asking question, how could this happen? For the past 3-4 years, we have had stories about prison break. While I was detained in Kuje, as I lay in my cell each night, I always wondered, naturally, how could a person leave this prison? It's not that I ever contemplated leaving the prison or escaping from the prison. I could not escape from the prison, even though I knew I was detained unlawfully, I was detained abusively, even though I knew it was an unjust detention. A person like me, I always knew, would not be able to escape prison because everybody would know me. It's impossible. So we began to think about this. Each time there was a riot, a problem in the prison, we, the elite inmates, will be concerned about safety and the implications of a full-blown riot or protest in the prison. Okay, I'm not going to mention the names of the people I met in Kuje prison, but I met 2 ex-governors and the 3 former governors were in Kuje prison with me. One military general was there. Former minister were there. Powerful people. So we were considered, there were 7 of us in Kuje prison at my time who were considered high profile. High profile not because of the offense that either alleged against us, but because of our standing in society. We were seen as people in special status, and for the prison authority, they had to deal with us from several special angles. One special angle was they knew that if there was a problem in the prison, we could become a victim of attack by other inmates, because those inmates believe we were rich, believe we were privileged. So the prison was concerned about us. Also, the prison was concerned about us, the 7, because if anybody was able to influence or bribe the warders, the rich, influential inmates might be in that position. So, also, some of us had, because of our status in society, are connected with people or we were involved in some sort of political game. So because of that, the government has special interest in us, and the prison authority had to be aware of that. So because of that and several other things, because the prison authority often, they needed something, they had no gas for their generator, they had no money to pump water, the prison authority will come to inmates and ask us to donate money. So we donated money for water, donated money for electricity. And so because of that, they call us the Manchus. They called us the Manchus. The prison authority had to protect us. They had to treat us with special respect. We organized the events in prison. We organized sporting events for them. We helped indirectly. We helped the prison authority to maintain order among the poor, ordinary prison inmates. So, I was in a special cell. I was well treated by the prison authority. They were very nice people. So, they showed special treatment to us, but it also comes with special intelligence focus. They monitor us. They try to know what we are up to. They try to make sure that we do not abuse our privileged position in the prison. So, each time I went to bed while in prison, I always considered, how could someone escape from Kuje prison? And I knew many ways. But nothing like what happened this morning crossed my mind. I never thought that anybody would come with this heavy firepower and be able to breach Kuje prison and maintain control and dominate the space of Kuje for 6 hours without the Nigerian military coming. We always knew that soldiers were around the prison, especially as we heard of stories of other prison breaks in Nigeria, we knew that the soldiers were there. Inmates never think of escaping. And the prison has several watchtowers. From those watchtowers, there are supposed to be sharpshooters positioned in those watchtowers, observing and making sure that nobody will even approach the wall after lockup. So nothing I knew, nothing I foresaw could have prepared me for the stories we're hearing today. And that is why we're asking, how did it happen? How could this have happened without the knowledge and support of the Nigerian government, without an insider job? I already think, yes, there were insider job, and those insider job must have been coming from the Boko Haram members who must have provided logistics, plan, timing, and mapping, coordinated it with your members outside, and that's obvious. But even at that, you must need the involvement of government officials. Somebody is responsible to make sure that the soldiers are there for a purpose. Apart from soldiers, the civil defense people are there. Apart from that, the prison authority has its own armed squad, sharpshooters trained to anticipate and prevent coercion or force by inmates. You must know that some of these inmates, not as many as you think, but some of these inmates are very, very dangerous people. Extremely dangerous people. Some of them have been fighters. Boko Haram members, ISIS members, very, very, very capable, competent militants. If you give them weapons, they can stage war. So, there were those who were supposed to be monitored and observed and watched and kept by Nigerian government with the maximum force they could. And the government failed. The prison was occupied for 6 hours, according to estimates. And then, they burnt all vehicles. So, where did the soldiers go? Were soldiers on duty? Did they run? Were there casualties? Were there shootouts? From the reports we had, it seemed there were no exchange of gunfire. Nothing was heard until the Big Bang. Nothing was heard until the big blast. And how could that have happened? Before you even get to the wall of the prison, you will cross several checkpoints on the road. The street leading to prison has several checkpoints with sandbags positioned supposedly to be places from which soldiers could repel an attack. That didn't happen. A big blast. Why? How did this happen? I think the government is supposed to start its investigation from itself, from its own internal sources. Who are the insiders? It would have been impossible to breach the Kuje prison without the cooperation and collaboration of insiders. Who are those insiders? And they can tell you, the insiders will not just be Boko Haram members that were inmates. The insiders could not be inmates. So that is the question. And now we're going to ask other question. What would have happened when the inmates left? When 1,000 people left the prison by midnight, where would they have gone? For you to understand and estimate the confusion, the pandemic, the mass movement of people around the prison this morning, you need to understand the geography of the prison land. You need to understand how it's situated so you can estimate where the inmates would have run to when they left the prison. That is going to be the next part 4 of this discussion. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for part 4.